Let me tell you what every budget expert has been telling you. Cut the lattes, cut the takeout, cut the fun, be responsible. Be disciplined, track every single penny. I followed that advice for years. I budgeted like a woman who did not deserve to enjoy her own money. Every dollar had a job, every category was responsible, every purchase was justified, and I was miserable. Not broke, miserable. There's a difference. Then I discovered the one category that changed everything, the category that nobody in the personal finance world teaches you. I call it blow money. Blow money is a designated amount of money in your budget that you are required to spend on whatever you want. No justification, no guilt, just whatever you want. Let me tell you, that category saved my budget, and honestly, it saved my sanity too. And today I'm going to tell you exactly how it works and why leaving it out of your budget is the reason that your budget keeps failing. If you missed the first video in this series on the 5 category budget, the link is in the description. And that is the foundation that this builds on. But before I get into the mechanics, I want to tell you about the moment that this category was born for me, because it all started with a question, and one that I had never asked myself before. I was sitting with my budget. Every single dollar was accounted for. Everything responsible, nothing for me. And I thought, if I do not let myself enjoy this money, who am I saving it for? Not what is responsible, not what makes sense. Who am I saving it for? And the honest answer was nobody. I was being responsible for responsibility's sake. I was budgeting like I was still that woman with no backup plan who had to prove that she deserved to be here. But I'm not her anymore. I am 51 years old now, and I built this life with my own 2 hands. And I deserve to touch the money that I worked for, not just manage it, enjoy it. But let me tell you first where that question came from, because the context here matters. I came to this country from Haiti alone. I had no family to fall back on, no safety net, no backup plan. And I survived a layoff even with a 6-month-old baby. I became a Zumba instructor because I was trying to get grocery money. I built a business from nothing. And through all of it, every decision that I made was about survival. It was about being responsible enough, disciplined enough, bulletproof enough even, that nothing could unravel what I had built. And that is what I called a hustle tax, the cost of building everything from nothing with nobody to catch you. And that hustle tax has a line item that nobody talks about, the joy deficit. I was brilliant at surviving, but I was terrible at enjoying. And I treated myself like a machine that only needed maintenance, that never needed joy, never needed pleasure, never the thing that makes you feel like a person and not just a function. Now, some of you are thinking, I've spent decades not being disciplined with money. Why bother starting at 50 years old? And I want to answer that with something that my mother says all the time. She says, you are praying with a candle lit on both ends, meaning you are asking for guidance on the very thing that you are actively sabotaging. And a lot of us are praying for financial increase. We want generational wealth. We want the pressure to lift. And at the same time, we are not putting in the work to build the foundation that would receive that increase. You cannot increase what you are squandering, because faith without work is dead. And the work looks boring. It looks like tracking your spending for 2 weeks. It looks like putting $50 into savings every single week for months without a dramatic result yet, without anybody cheering you on. That is what the foundation look like. And blow money, believe it or not, it is part of that foundation, because a budget that has no joy in it, it fails. And a budget that fails is not a foundation. It is just a cycle. Okay, this is the part where I get practical. Blow money is not something that's unlimited. It is a category with a number attached to it. You decide what the number is, and then you spend it. When it's gone, it's gone. And here's what I mean by required, not allowed. Required mean this is in the plan, the same way that your bills are in the plan, the same way groceries are in the plan. Joy is also in the plan. For someone like me who grew up stretching every cent and never asking for more, permission is not enough. Permission I can talk myself out of. But a requirement is different. And here's how to size it. If money is very tight, I get it. Just start with 2%. $2,000 a month, that is $40. $40 a month, that is just yours. No explanation required for you to spend it. And if you have a little more room, start with 5%. $3,000 a month, that is $150 of pure joy every month. And the rule here is very simple. You must spend the money this month before it becomes next month. You don't roll it into saving. You spend it on something that brings you joy. And here's what my first year looked like. Month 1, I rolled it into my savings because, hey, old habits are hard to die sometimes. Month 2, I bought a candle. And I felt guilty about that for 3 days. It was a $30 candle. Actually, I have one behind me right now. They are really good candles. Can you imagine feeling guilty over buying a $30 candle for 3 days? If that does not tell you that you need blow money in your budget, I do not know what will. On month 3, I took myself to brunch alone with a book. And I did not check my phone once. And something changed that morning. I was not planning anything. I was not solving anything. I was just there in the moment, present in my own life for the first time in a very long time. And this is something that cost me less than $40. And here's the part that will surprise you. When I started giving myself blow money, I got better at the rest of my budget, not worse, better. Because without blow money, your budget makes you 2 people. It makes you the strict one and then the resentful one. The strict one tracks everything and feels virtuous, but the resentful one waits. And then one hard week, the resentful one wins. And she does not spend $20. She spends $200 because she has been waiting and she got tired of waiting and she was miserable. So blow money eliminates the resentful one because the joy is already part of your plan. You are not depriving yourself. You are partnering with yourself. A budget without blow money is a diet. And we all know that diets fails. But partnerships, they last. I want to say something specifically to the woman who built everything without a safety net. The one who stretched every cent and never asked for more. The one who was responsible for responsibility's sake for so long. She forgot that she was allowed to be a person too. And for you, blow money is not a budget category. It is part of your reclamation. It is you saying, after everything that I survived, after everything that I built, I am allowed to pour something into myself. And this is not as a reward, it is as a right. Your enjoyment is not something that you earn after everything else is taken care of. It is a line item. It belongs in the plan, right next to all your bills, right next to groceries, right next to savings. And I want to come back to what my mother says. Do not pray with a candle lit on both ends. If you want the increase, you have to build the foundation that can receive it. That means tracking your spending, knowing where your money is going, building the 5 category budget, saving the $50 a week, and giving yourself the blow money. All of it is the work. It's boring, it's simple, it's unglamorous, and exactly what the breakthrough requires from you. And here's your one action that you can take from this video. Pick one thing that you actually want. Just one, not something responsible, something that you really want, and price it out. Add a blow money category to your budget and actually buy it. That's it. That is it. That is how this starts. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Webley, and I want you to drop a comment and tell me, what is the first thing that you are buying with your blow money? I want to read every single one of your answers. And I also want you to know that this is a financial control for women starting over 50. And you need to hit subscribe, because the next up, I'm going to talk about what I learned using the convenience of DoorDash. So with that, I will see you in the next one.